Hey everyone, Admiral Prince Eric here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna forward about the closed test and new ships in the upcoming update 13.1. So we finally received a detail about from all the Warships Twitch stream that I did watch on the Friday midnight because I'm having slept with it. So make sure you have to get started on my discussion, so please have to subscribe and ring the bell on the notification icon. So we're checking out my video contents on every weekend. So in my gameplay will be dealt on every ships will be encountered for it. So let's get started for new ships and close testing up ahead in the update, in close test 30.1. So let's get on to it. Okay, so new ships are closed test 30.1, which was posted on January 4, 2024, about 8 a.m. So we're finding full details up ahead in the upcoming new ships. So, captains, we're now ready to share details about new ships being added for testing in update 30.1. We're on to take a first look at the gameplay features and history. Okay, the Tier 10 Dutch large cruiser Prince van Oranje, known to be English was Prince of Orange, a variant of the unbuilt Dutch Navy super heavy cruiser, famously well known design 1047 battle cruiser, featuring a different automatic configuration. The ship inherited her name, a traditional one of the Royal Netherlands Navy, from mine layer Prince van Oranje, a vessel that vanished in the Pacific War's grip during the spring of 1942, along with her sister ship Gaudin Liu. So, technically, this is going to be a Gaudin Liu's counterpart, which is the lowering the main armaments. Some of these 234mm guns on Gaudin Liu could be 284mm guns on it instead, to be found from the Tet tree. Now, fans of Gaudin Liu will certainly recognize this ship. Similar to her sister, she's quite well armored, boasts a nasty AE suit, has access to high damage HE bomb airstrikes, and feature excellent concealment. In just like the Tech 3 counterpart Gaudin Liu. However, she differs in some key aspects. Her main armament consists of 12 234mm guns and 3 quadruple turrets, making her more traditional heavy cruiser. While she does have access to signature Dutch airstrike, hers will have a longer range and deal more damage. To balance things out, it will feature longer cooldown and arrival times, thus shifting her focus more toward her main battery. Her consumables are represented by hydrokinetic search and defensive AE fire in different slots. Now, Prince van Oranje was played most effectively open waters using her excellent concealment, heavy broadside, and good pedestrians to engage and destroy the enemy. She can effectively support friendly destroyers from her behind with her guns, and while her airstrike may be difficult to lead, it can be quite effectively at taking out stationary enemy positions. However, captains will want to be more cautious of enemy torpedoes due to her poor maneuverability, and extended fights with enemy battleships may not go her way. Okay, so the permanent camouflage for Prince van Oranje is still in work in progress, for doing so by wargaming developers. Accordingly, the ship stats, the Dutch cruiser Prince van Oranje, known to be as Prince of Orange, the hit points is 51,900, fires will be at 30 seconds, that is not definitely going to be a battleship fire time. Torpedo protection is about 25%. Main battery consists 3x4, 234mm. About fighting range is 18.1 kilometers. Reload time is 14 seconds. The Sigma is 2.05. The airstrikes feature is gonna be a reload time 160 seconds to only 2 available flights. Range is about 15 kilometers. So you might want to take a full read details in specifications below. Some of these we already know about the technically Gaudin Liu's cousin. Consumables are definitely the same as usual, like the Gaudin Liu's importance. So what could be another possibility of the Gaudin Liu with a new ship Prince van Oranje? The hit points are so basically the same hit points like the Prince van Oranje, and the Tech 3 counterpart, Gaoden Liu. Although, the elements are gonna be the change. So the Gaoden Liu could be 283mm gun, with the Princepan Orange. Instead, they fire 234mm guns, but with a featured quadruple turret. The main difference is the firing range is about 16.5 kilometers for Tech 3 rather than Princepan Orange's 18.1 kilometers. So definitely the consumables are the very same importance like from the Gaoden Liu. Although most effectively, some kind we got it for a airstrike cruiser build. You know about that, so Prince Van Orange is very important for this. Oh, by the way, the fires will be going to be 30 seconds in the Prince Van Orange against Gaoden Liu's 60-second fire time. Okay, so next one, Commonwealth Cruiser Delhi Tier 5. We're now ready to share more details about Delhi, the Tier 5 in the Commonwealth Cruiser line. She'll be the first ship in the line to receive the signature Commonwealth crawling smoke generator, giving her a unique tool against her Tier 5 competitors. The model for Delhi is still in development, so for testing purposes, we are using another ship, the Redford, with a similar hull and guns identical to Delhi. So we definitely look out the ship's appearance right now in the upcoming more devblogs. So we finally revealed about specifications about the Commonwealth cruisers Delhi and Redford. Hit points is a 23,400, fire duration 30 seconds. Torpedo protection is about 4%. So main batteries consist 3x2 152mm guns. Range is about 14.3 kilometers. Reload time 6 seconds. Sigma is 2.0. So you might want to take a full read details below if you wanted to, but I don't want to say anything about the specifications right now below. The consumables we got damage control party, hydroacoustic search, and defensive aim fire can be exchanged in the second slot. Now, the most importantly in these Commonwealth cruisers is a crawling smoke generator. All stats are listed without crew and upgrade modifiers but with the best available modules. The stats are subject to test during the testing. Now we're finding the full details of his appearance in this Tier 7 Commonwealth cruiser Uganda, she is a member of the Crown Colony class cruiser under the service of the Royal Canadian Navy. So we are revealing the appearance of Uganda that was previously announced in the WoWs DevBlog. Please note that all information in the development blog is preliminary. Announced adjustments and features may change multiple times during testing. The final information will be published on our game's website. So definitely that was. Princepan Orange is the only Tier 10 ship to be revealed in the super test. But fortunately right now we'll be looking up to it for the next update. Now, for close testing 30.1, changes to submarines and ASW, exterior system update, airship escort, and more. So, was posted on January 5, 2024, about 2 a.m. The update 30.1 is rapidly approaching, and we are ready to share information about the upcoming features. Now, changes to submarines and ASW. We're excited to unveil some additional details about our previously announced changes to submarines and ASW. With these changes, we are aiming to create more consistent interactions between submarines and silver ships, while still maintaining the current level of combat effectiveness of submarines. Firstly, we are making a few changes to silver ship ASW, which are outlined below. Some of which the Venezia and Hindenburg lines, as well as Prince Eugen and Admiral Schroeder, will receive a depth charge airstrikes instead of use the depth charges that they currently have. Some of the Tier 5 to 8 battleships will receive an increase in depth charge airstrike range. Both Tier 5 to 8 battleships and cruisers will have the depth charge airstrike cooldown reduced. To balance this, the bomb damage will also be slightly reduced for these ships. This means that you'll be able to use depth charge airstrike more often, but with a lower damage output per use. Now, the ships that currently have special ASW settings will not be receiving any changes unless specifically noted. So we're finding details on the depth charge airstrike parameters for all tiers so far, so we definitely look up in this table. Now, the ships with special ASW parameters for premium ships are listed in this table. So, depth charge airstrike range will be increased for Ohio, Thunderer, John Bite, and the John Bite Black version. It will become similar to the ranges of other battleships and other tiers. Meanwhile, the Venezia, Sao, and Yodo lines, as well as upcoming Commonwealth line, will receive the submarine surveillance consumable in a separate slot. Now, the parameters of submarine surveillance consumables are listed in this table. Next, we have some additional information about changes to hydropone consumable action available on submarines. This consumable will have the following characteristics. The consumable will allow submarines to immediately spot ships in range regardless of terrain. The consumable can be activated in any state, but will only detect ships at periscope depth or on the surface. When submarines use hydropone to detect ships about dead and in their line of sight, static silhouettes of these ships will appear for a short period and then disappear. Ships behind terrain will be displayed as a short flash without a silhouette. So we definitely look out the animation sequences about activating the hydropone. Furthermore, we're adding a collision warning message for submarines that are underwater and there is another underwater submarine within 2 kilometers. This message will appear even if enemy submarine isn't spotted, and will disappear as soon as it leaves the 2-kilometer radius in any direction. It's important to note that if there happens to be several submarines in vicinity, the message won't be any different. Some of these, they are featuring some new effects. We have the collision warning enemy submarine in the close proximity. You have, instead of about detected, there is a danger zone right now in this new icon. Finally, to balance out changes to ASW, we will improve the turning circle radius of all submarines so that they have the opportunity to better maneuver and reposition. On average, the turning circle will become around 20% better. As a result of these submarine changes, we are also adding the following effects to 2 signals. The signal flagged Sierra Bravo, the submarine surveillance radio time is about -10%, hydropone radio time -10% also. This also affects the consumable preparation time at the beginning of the battle. Now, X-ray Papa Unawan, die capacity is about 5%. Now, the new features up ahead in water warships in the year 2024 is the exterior system update. Starting with update 30.1, the majority of expendable camouflages available in the game will get their permanent versions that you can either purchase or obtain through various activities, combat missions, and events. New permanent camouflages will operate similarly to already existing permanent camouflages such as New York, Epoch, or Steel camouflages. However, they won't be allowed to a specific ship tier. You can link permanent camouflage for free to ships as long as you have enough copies. Unlinked permanent camouflages are stored in your inventory. You can also see the number of copies you have to each stereo tab. Once you link a permanent camouflage to the ship, it will remain linked to that ship and cannot be unlinked. It's also important to note that once you link the permanent camouflage, you will no longer be able to use expendable version of the same camouflage on that ship. Another important thing is that you can sell these camouflages. For standard single-colored, abstract, and thematic camouflages, once you obtain an expendable or permanent camouflage of this type on your account, you will have the ability to purchase its permanent version of all of these ships. You can purchase permanent standard, single-color, abstract, and thematic camouflages for credits or doubloons. When purchasing a permanent camouflage in the exterior tab, it will be automatically linked to the ship. You can find exact prices in the table below, which is received the prices for expendable and permanent camouflage so far, but we're looking forward to it. Here are the tables for the cost of credits and doubloons. Now, you can purchase expendable or permanent versions of trophy or special camouflages. The introduction of these permanent camouflages brings some other changes. Daily rewards at the barge will change. Now, there will no longer be an option to choose the more camouflages container as a reward. In Update 30.1, we will replace expendable camouflages for their permanent counterparts in collections, campaigns, account leveling rewards, as well as in clan battle missions. In the future, we plan to substitute expendable camouflages for the permanent versions for some activities, for example, in the following ranked season. Now, Airship Escort. Airship Escort is returning to the game as a standalone temporary battle type. In this mode, players will be tasked with leading the allied airship to its destination before the enemy team does. Players can also achieve victory by destroying enemy ships. This iteration will use the same rule set that was used before Airship Escort was added to random battles. Players will be utilized to play tier 8 to 10 ships of any type. So the last time that happened back in the update 12.10. How is it possible the Airship Escort was removed during the update? So why, don't know how, but be on lookout in the previous devblog ahead in this effort of the matter. Now, the clan battles, we got a new clan battle season will be launching update 30.1. This season will have the following formats: 7 vs 7, tier 10 ships and super ships. Submarines and aircraft carriers are not permitted. Teams are limited to a maximum of 1 battleship per team. There are no restrictions on cruisers or destroyers. No more than 1 Petropavlos per team. Limited the number of Napoli and Marseilles. One team may not have more than 2 of these ships in total. Some of the additional ships restrictions will be announced in the later devblogs. Now, the content addition and changes for the upcoming holiday, the Lunar New Year. In Update 30.1, we'll bring a plethora of new content into the game. Some of the Dragon Port with updated visuals, that was look pretty exciting up ahead for the upcoming Lunar New Year. And the Commander Dia with individual voiceover, as well as historical commanders Takeo Kurita and Carol Duerman. The New Year Beast patch and flag, as well as the Grey Ghost patch and the USS Enterprise flag. Now, the Lunar D's permanent camouflage for Shenyang. This camouflage is still in work in progress and will be revealed at a later date. Now, the Pacific Ghost permanent camouflage for Enterprise. The Battle of Java Sea container and the Battle of Java Sea premium container. So we definitely here are some container content so far, but we have to any chances to get some rewards. If you already have all the items for the ships group, you will receive 3000 free XP. Now for the premium container contents, they are the better chances to get on some premium ships. If you already have all items for the ships group, you will receive 32,000 free XP. So please note the development blog is preliminary. Announce changes to find out information in the latest dev blog. So it means the latest news. So accordingly, in this recent dev blog post, he did not forget about the black word up ahead. So please note the update information is preliminary. Then why the Wargaming did forget about the, please note the update information is preliminary. Announce adjustments and you know about that. Say we look forward to it. And that was it for my conclusion for the recent World of Warships development blog so far that will upcoming to it in the update 30.0. So I know I have finally done for the reading of the World of Warships dev blog in the upcoming update 30.1. So the update 30.0 is now on the horizon next week. So don't forget about that. The American CV Tech Tree will be coming right up to it soon. So I will reclaim the tier 6 independence as well as the top tier assets. But first, we can go on to the tier 8 Yorktown instead. So I hope you guys will look forward to it in this year forward in the you know, the upcoming ranked battle season. It's time to go out for a refreshing campaign since we did that happen for my disastrous that I didn't attempt to play the game so last year. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and click the bell notification icon so I can post my video on World of Warships content on every weekend and for a gameplay as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you see you in my next video. Peace out guys. We will look forward to the patch notes update 30.0.